Hey guys, All in Crypto here and welcome back ladies and gentlemen for another YouTube video. Happy Monday guys. I know most of you are back to work today after a relaxing weekend, so hopefully we're going to bring you a little bit of joy on your Monday, and we are going to talk of course today about Chainlink, because Chainlink is one of those projects that if it's not already on your radar, it really should be. This is one of the most used cryptocurrencies out there and really has a fundamental role, a staple necessary role in the crypto space. Right now, the crypto market is largely speculative. In fact, it's more so speculative than people out there investing on fundamentals and real world usage. But this will change, and what you will find is that it's products like your smart contract protocols that are actually useful, and things like Chainlink, which is an oracle, which we're going to get into in this video. I'm going to be telling you some reasons why I believe you should be in Chainlink. But this is a product that is going to do very well because of how usable it is. Now, the price of Chainlink, which we're of course going to get into, does not reflect its usage. This is an article here. Chainlink onboards an average of 1.4 new partners each day in 2021. We are going to read a little bit of this article. And where I want to start, guys, is because I know you Link Marines out there. Chainlink, by the way, has a fantastic community attached to it. And the reason being is because they know what they're investing in. This is a staple crypto. What Chainlink is, it's an oracle blockchain. Now, what is an oracle? Well, when you think of an oracle, it's somebody you go to for information. They're supposed to be a knowledgeable source. Now, essentially, Chainlink is that in a blockchain version. One problem that blockchains have inherently is they can't get real-world data, off-chain data into the blockchain. They're very good at, or some of them certainly are very good at kind of grabbing data and executing on contracts and minting blocks based on data within the blockchain, but they can't access real world data, and Chainlink solves that problem. It is the bridge from the blockchain world to the real world and is very, very important as a result of it, and you wouldn't have DeFi essentially without it. It's that important. Now, we've been in Chainlink since sub $1, so this sell-off is actually something that I'm used to. Chainlink has a habit of doing this time and time again, ladies and gentlemen, where it kind of comes up, sells off. It has these big run-ups and then these kind of severe sell-offs. We got into Chainlink round about here, I believe. So round about the 50 cents range up to $1, accumulated it all the way to about $5, and I sat very happy today. But I think there is plenty more growth for this project. It nearly got to $54. I believe this is an easily over $200 cryptocurrency. Now, that is not financial advice, just my opinion, but I think, like I say, the crypto market is largely still speculative. This is a project that has real staying power. They've got upgrades coming out, hybrid smart contracts. This article here we are going to jump into in a second, because they are just going from strength to strength, and the price really was just a reflection of the overall market. We know Bitcoin sold off by 55% and dragged the entire market with it. Bitcoin is that is the tide that rises and sinks all ships, the ships being altcoins. So Chainlink's had a pretty nasty sell-off, guys. I mean, it actually sold off a lot more than I personally thought it would. 75% is absolutely brutal, but what a buying opportunity that presented. I was kind of... I don't really look at Chainlink on a daily basis, just because it's not something I need to pay that much attention to, in the sense that I know it's going to do well. They are absolutely fantastic. They're partnered with pretty much every single DeFi project out there, guys. I mean, they're absolutely huge, and they are a necessary crypto to have in the space. And when we look at the DeFi space, we watched an interview from Sergey, who is the founder, Nazarov. I can't quite remember his second name. Nazarov, this guy founded it, a very smart individual. He spoke about how he believes DeFi could get to a $600 billion market cap. DeFi today only has a $79 billion market cap. So there's plenty of room to go. Crypto as a whole, ladies and gentlemen, is a very, very small market cap, and $1.6 trillion in the grand scheme of things is nothing. And if cryptocurrencies are going to impact the world in the way which we believe they are, then $1.6 trillion is going to look like a blip on the charts when this thing follows out its trajectory. So Chainlink, let's talk about it then. Well, Chainlink, like many other cryptos out there, there's been falling wedges everywhere in the crypto space. Essentially, has broken out of its falling wedge. We drew this structure on a number of cryptos, and we said, look, this is a reversal pattern that signals to me the bottom. We knew that Chainlink had bottomed for a number of other reasons, such as the RSI. When you get down to these levels, guys, it's typical of a reversal. And more importantly, the stock RSI. The stock RSI formed a bullish cross. Every time it does this, a recovery ensues. You can see that's certainly true from here. Let's draw some lines down to it. So you can see that that is, wrong one, certainly true here. Let's not even bother trying to do that, guys. Yeah, so you can see, so you get the point, guys. It's essentially every time you form this bullish cross and you come down to this 0 mark, it really signals a bottom for Chainlink, and that's certainly been the case. And you've had that, guys. So we are exceptionally bullish. Your RSI came low enough for us to be happy with it. It actually came lower than this sell-off here, and ultimately the structure, if you look at the structure, and we're going to jump into it on a logarithmic time frame in a second, you know, it follows this pattern, this kind of wave-like momentum where each time you kind of gather mass, where it does this. It does this time and time again. One reason I could hold Chainlink very, very comfortably was due to the fact that I've been in this project for long enough to understand how it moves. You know, it moves in this kind of wave-like structure where it sells off pretty hard following its kind of upwards momentum before essentially setting up and doing it again. And if we look, you guys know we like to map out Elliott wave theory. We think you are essentially following and in the same position where most of the cryptos are right now, where you've done your one wave, you are now entering or finished your fourth wave. So you've done your one wave, your two wave, your three wave, your fourth wave, and you're about to enter your fifth and final wave, which I believe is going to take you towards $200. We certainly think that's true. And ultimately, we do believe that Chainlink has bottomed out and is going to turn bullish from here. You know, if we go back to a normal chart, switch it to a smaller time frame, you can see what happens when you flip your EMA. Can you see how you've now flipped your EMA here? Ultimately, this is really the signal that you look for before a kind of upwards trajectory. If you look at this sell-off here, you're pinned below it, you came up to test it, rejected from it, before then eventually flipping it, having that support and resistance flip and setting up for the next impulsive move. And that's what we think is to come for Chainlink, ladies and gentlemen. This is a project, like I say, that is unbelievably used. You know, you've got this article here. Chainlink onboards an average of 1.4 new partners each day in 2021. Chainlink is onboarding new partners twice as fast in 2021 compared to 2022. 2022 was a great year for Chainlink and Chainlink holders. Leading Oracle provider, Chainlink has onboarded partners integrations at a rate of more than 1.4 daily during 2021 so far. According to the archives of Chainlink's ecosystem portal, 281 different crypto projects have announced integration during 2021 so far, with the calendar currently 201 days into the year. So what they're kind of indicating in this article is there's still a lot more to go. If you are a DeFi project, you are going to partner with Chainlink. There are a couple of other oracles out there. We spoke about Band Protocol. We're also in one that's in a pre-sale right now called Muon. I'm not recommending that at all because it's very small, but it's the main oracle out there. You know, essentially, if you're looking for an oracle protocol, you go to Chainlink because they are superior in a number of ways. Bit of a debate about the distribution of the Chainlink tokens. You know, quite a lot of centralization in it, but this is just, you know, largely it isn't really an issue. It doesn't really affect how this protocol works and what it's sort of the problem it's solving. With all-time third-party Chainlink integrations currently totaling 650, that means 43% of project partners were onboarded this year. This shows the rate of adoption. This is why I'm saying that the price really doesn't, the price doesn't dictate the growth or the usage of this project. The price is largely just tethered to Bitcoin and sold off accordingly because we're still an emerging market that is very, very speculative and people will pull liquidity out where they can. While many of Chainlink's partners are little-known projects in their nascent stage, some of the crypto sector's leading players have recently teamed up with this Oracle provider, including Huobi, EcoChain, and the Hedera Governing Council, and ALTCOINS. An increasing number of projects are also utilizing Chainlink's Verify Random function. This is really cool, guys. Like I say, they are superior in a number of ways. They have got an upgrade coming up where you will have Chainlink 2.0. You are, I think, in the future going to be allowed to stake Chainlink, so you'll be able to earn rewards for holding your Chainlink. Very, very interesting project, and there's constantly, go and give them a follow on Twitter, guys. I know Polygon have partnered up with them. They are really the sole reason why DeFi exists, and at a measly $10 billion market cap, 10x for this project, I think from where it is right now, $200 plus is more than achievable, giving you a market cap of around about 100 or 11 $111 billion. You know, I think it's very, very achievable. You've got to remember, guys, and I stress this on every single video, you are exceptionally early if you're a part of crypto right now. Yes, you're not as early as someone 2017 or prior to that 2013, but you are early and should, you know, very much be happy about that. You know, it's a long way to go. And like I say, with the crypto market being as speculative as it is at the moment, there will come a point in time where that speculation will die off, and you will essentially be investing in projects like you do with stocks and companies, even though it's all a bit of a madness at the moment in the stock market because things are well overvalued. But like you do with stocks, you look at the underlying company, you look at the CEO, you look at the team around the CEO, you look at the earnings, you look at the actual product, you look at everything, and then you invest accordingly. Right now, you put money in crypto essentially based, or lots of people do, on what somebody else said. And most people, and we always say on this channel, do your own research into a project and pick the projects with a long-standing, real fundamentals, a great team, and a real use case. Chainlink ticks all those boxes, guys. It's an absolutely fantastic project, and we're very excited for what the future holds. And you had Sergey come out himself and essentially say, look, this thing's going to grow to $600 billion. Not Chainlink, but the DeFi ecosystem, and Chainlink's going to do very well accordingly. Where is it in? So it's the second biggest DeFi project, essentially. And that's absolutely merited. You only got Uniswap above it. And it's still so undervalued. I mean, $10 trillion. We saw dog Elon Musk get to $11 trillion the other day and become the top 9. Just going to show you how much money can enter these markets in a very short period of time. I think the floodgates are still to open for crypto as a whole. I think we're about to get regulatory clarity. And I think, you know, this is going to essentially spur on a whole sector of investors that previously couldn't get access to crypto because they didn't want to be seen to be a part of it, or any kind of negative backlash. Once you have that clarity, you will see a whole spate of investors, and they're going to look for projects that have a real use case, that are used and have a longevity to them. And Chainlink ticks all those boxes. So we still think you've got your fifth and final wave to come for Chainlink. You have broken out of your falling wedge. I wouldn't expect to just keep going up like that, guys. I would expect you to do something like this before you then get that kind of impulsion, because ultimately, you know, it doesn't really work like that. And we think, you know, if you look at every time you recover, you kind of grind up along this, using it as support, flipping it from resistance to support, before you then have your kind of impulsion. You know, that's how this works, guys, because the recovery isn't going to be overnight. We do think crypto as a whole, you know, we looked at Bitcoin. Bitcoin looked great yesterday, and then it broke this resistance that we thought this support that we thought was going to act as support. We were looking for a support and resistance flip around about this level. We didn't get it, and it sold off quite significantly. Monday has essentially, along with the rest of the market, Monday is now become the new Sunday. I'm sure many of you out there are realizing this now. It's kind of annoying. I reckon there's a group of people that all get together on this day and basically drop the market, you know, flood it with sell liquidity in order to accumulate. I think there's a little, it's a bit too clockwork for me that previously we were selling off on a Sunday and now we're selling off on a Monday. I think somebody somewhere is pulling some strings and essentially having a hand in causing this. So that's Chainlink, guys. Get it on your radar. You know, I haven't personally accumulated during this dip just because I hold such a nice bag of it from 2018, 2019. And I'm very, very happy with Chainlink. But ultimately, I think that, you know, this could potentially, I mean, a 10x on your money, guys. I think Chainlink can do that. That's not financial advice, just my opinion. You know, I think when you weigh everything up and you look at how this space as a whole is going to grow and how much of a fundamental role Chainlink plays in that, it's a no-brainer. That's all I have for you in this video, guys. I'm going to love and leave you on that note. Hopefully you've enjoyed the content. If you have, a like is always appreciated, so is a comment, and I will see you all in the next one, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a fantastic Monday, and I'll see you in the next one.